Here we have the exercise 3A. Question number 1. What do you understand by an alkali, and give two example of strong alkali and weak alkali? So the definition of alkali is what? They are all basic hydroxides, and when they are dissolved in water they produce hydroxyl ions, that is OH negative ions. The examples of strong alkali, that is NaOH and KOH, sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide, they completely dissolve in, or they are fully soluble in water. The weak ones are partially soluble in water. Examples are given: calcium hydroxide CaOH2 and ammonium hydroxide NH4OH. Question number 2. Difference between an alkali and base. Alkali are also bases only. So here we'll see the difference. Alkalis are which bases? They are the soluble ones. The bases which are soluble in water, whereas on the other side the bases may be or may not be soluble. The bases are water soluble, also water insoluble, so they may be or may not be soluble in water. The second difference, all the alkali are bases like NaOH, KOH, CaOH2, all of them are bases, but all the bases are not alkali. Some bases can be alkali, some bases cannot be alkali. Which are not alkali, like zinc hydroxide, iron hydroxide, all these are bases but they are not alkali. Next, second, they are asking what? We have to compare or write the difference. In B part, the question will read the chemical nature of an aqueous solution of HCl and an aqueous solution of NH3. Let us see the solution of the chemical nature. So they are actually asking acid or basic nature. HCl is acidic in nature and it can turn blue litmus into red. NH3 is basic in nature, it can turn red litmus into blue. So that is the aqueous solution. We have to take a note. Aqueous solution, in dry HCl gas it will not show any nature. In aqueous solution only we have to note. Next, question number 3. Name the ions furnished by the bases and the acid. Which ion is released by bases? That is hydroxyl ion, OH negative, and acid is releasing what? That is releasing hydronium ion. You have to write the name also. I have not written. Hydronium ion. Here we have the question number 4. Give one example in each case. So all these questions you have to write any one example. You can choose any one example. Although I have written, you can pause and you can note down these answers if you need. Next, question number 5. You have been provided with 3 test tube. One contains distilled water, another one contains acid, third contains base. 3 test tube. One is having water, second is having acid, third is having base, and you have to identify them using a red litmus paper. So which one will react or will show any reaction with red litmus paper? That will be what? That will be a basic solution. The basic solution turns the red litmus paper into blue. The distilled water will not affect anything. Nothing will come on this. Acidic solution also does not change the color. It will still remain the red litmus paper, will not show any change. But the basic solution, their red litmus paper will turn into blue color. Next one, HCl, HNO3, C2H5OH, C6H12O6. All 4 compounds are given here. All of them are having hydrogen atom, but still only 2 are showing acidic nature. In the definition we have learned hydrogen ions are released. Here all are having hydrogen, but still only 2 are acids. The remaining 2 are not acids. Why is it so? Because in aqueous solution only 2 of them ionize. They should ionize. HCl get ionizes, one is becoming H plus, another is becoming Cl negative, so it is forming ions. That is why only it is an acid. If we see C2H5OH, that is ethanol here, so C2H5OH, it will not form ions in the water. That is why it is not an acid. Similarly, another one also, it is glucose molecule, it also does not form any ions in water. That is why it is also not an acid. Next, now question number 7 will read, dry HCl gas does not change the color of litmus paper. Why is it so? Because dry HCl is not having ions. HCl will dissociate into ions. It will form H plus ion only when it is put in aqueous solution. So that is why ions are not there. It will not show any color change on the litmus paper. Next, is PbO2 a base or not? We have to comment. So answer we can see here, because PbO2 is a metal oxide, but it forms what? It produces a salt. Salt is produced. PbCl2 is a salt. Another thing, that is water is coming. Acid plus base gives salt and water, but one extra thing is coming, that is chlorine gas is coming. It should not have been there because extra thing is forming. That is why PbO2 is not called as a base. Next, C part, they are asking, do basic solution have H plus? Explain why they are basic by taking an example. So basic solution are having H plus or not? Basic solution are the one which can have more concentration of OH negative. We are speaking more concentration of OH negative, but no one said that they are not having H plus. So definitely we'll write yes, basic solution are having H plus, but concentration of OH is more than the H plus ions. That is why they are basic only. In acid it is opposite. Acid ones are containing more H plus, base are containing more OH minus. Next question number 8. How will you obtain a base from other base, alkali from base and salt from another salt? So this question is generally about the preparation of different kinds of bases. First question, base from base, that is we can do double decomposition reaction. Equation is given. Next one, alkali from base. So here we can use this metal carbonate, that is a reaction that is given here. Next one, salt from another salt. Here we can use ammonium salt. All these equations I have explained earlier in the chapter part, so I will not go in details here. Next question number 9. We have to write the balanced equation to satisfy each statement. Acid plus active metal gives salt plus hydrogen. So these all A to E part, all these are the reactions of acids only. All I have explained earlier part. So you can just go through these answers here. All already I have explained in the acids topic. Next question number 10. The skin has and needs natural oils. Why is it advisable to wear gloves while working with strong alkalis? So skin is having natural oils, so that because oil will react with the alkali. Alkali means bases. So alkali will react with the oil, and what is produced is soap. And that is why, because we don't want this reaction to happen, we generally are advised to wear gloves, so that our skin does not come in contact with the alkali and this reaction should not happen. So just to prevent this reaction only, to avoid the soapy solution to form, we are advised to wear gloves. Next question number 11. We have to complete this table. This is based on the indicators only. So litmus and the phenolphthalein. The color change you can note down there. Next question number 12. What is pH value? Today only we have learned about the pH value. It indicates the strength of the acids and the bases, and in what basis it is telling, based on the concentration of hydrogen ion. If hydrogen ion concentration is more, then it is acid. If it is less, then it is alkali or base. Now another part of the question. Two solution X and Y have the pH value 4 and 10. X is having pH 4, Y is having pH 10. Now we have to tell which of them will give a pink color with phenolphthalein indicator. Phenolphthalein gives phenolphthalein gives pink color in case of what? In the above question also we have written in the table here, you can see phenolphthalein gives pink color in what? It gives pink color for alkaline substances, for basic substances. And here if the value is more than 7, it is base. So here the pH 10 is a base, and this pH 10 substance that will show pink color with phenolphthalein. pH 10 is for what? It is for Y. So Y will show the color, that is pink color will come with phenolphthalein. Question 13. Here we have been given 5 solution A, B, C, D and E, and each and every value is written. pH values are given to us already, they have given, and we have to classify them as neutral, slightly acidic, strongly acidic, slightly basic or strongly basic or alkaline in nature. So based on the pH scale we have to do this. So neutral one is what? Neutral one is 7. Now close to 7, you see, just close to 7 is 8.5, little bit more than 5, so we can write it as slightly alkaline. Similarly 5, that is we can say it is slightly acidic, it is a weak acid. Similarly it is close to 0. A is having 1.8, that is close to 0, so that will be most acidic, one of the most, or we can say strong acid, so it is a strongly acidic substance. Similarly it is close to 14, extreme right of the pH scale, so that will be strongly basic in nature. Next one, what solution will be most likely to liberate with magnesium powder and zinc metal? So both of these, magnesium as well as zinc, both of these are active metals, and they are asking which these metals are given to us. They are asking by what substance, by what solution we have to do the reaction to produce hydrogen gas. In different reactions earlier in the chapter we have seen the methods of preparation of this hydrogen. Hydrogen is prepared by the reaction of acid and any active metal. Whenever any acid reacts with any active metal, it can be any metal, magnesium or zinc, any active metal can be there, it will release hydrogen gas and we will get magnesium salt. That salt will depend upon the acid. For example, in the acid we are having HCl. Now which salt will come? That salt will depend on the acid. Acid is containing chloride, then it will be magnesium chloride. If we are taking sulfate, for example, if we are taking H2SO4, then what salt will come? Salt is having sulfate, H2SO4, the acid is having sulfate, so salt will also have sulfate in that. Then in that case magnesium sulfate will form. Similarly for the zinc also it is given. So no need of writing the acid, you have to tell the So the reaction only you have to tell here. So the solution will be A solution. Out of these solution, which one should be there? Out of these acidic solution. So we will use a strongly acidic solution for the reaction to happen. Both the reaction can happen with the solution A. Next, question number 14. We have to distinguish between normal indicators, acid base indicators, and the universal base indicators. Next one, we have to difference between acidity of base and basicity of acids. Third one, we have to difference between acid and an alkali. So let us see first one, acid base indicator and universal base indicator. Acid base indicator examples can be litmus, or it can be phenolphthalein and so on. They are telling us only that a substance is acid or base. Only this much they can tell. But in the case of universal indicator, they will tell how much acid is there. That we can know by a litmus paper also. But acid is containing how much concentration of hydrogen ions, or how much acidic a substance is. It is a strong acid or it is a weak acid. A substance is a strong base or it is a weak base. That we can come to know by the help of universal indicators. Next one, B part, acidity and basicity. The definition only you have to write. Acidity is the number of hydroxyl ions, number of OH negative ion that are produced by one molecule of a base. On the other side, basicity is what? It is the number of hydronium H plus ion, H3O plus ion that are released by the one molecule of any acid in aqueous solution. Both the definition, aqueous solution you have to write. Next one, acid and alkali. That is simple thing. Acid gives H plus ion when dissolved in water. Alkali gives OH minus ion when dissolved in water. Next, question 15. What should be added to increase the pH value? For increasing pH value, what we will do? We will add any alkali. Then the value will become more. If we have to decrease the pH value, then we will add any acid. Question 16. Tooth enamel, how it get damaged, what should be done to prevent it? Already in the class you have seen it, you can read the answer. Question 17. When you use universal indicator, you see that solution of different acid produce different colors. Indeed, the solution of same acid with different concentration also give different colors. Why is it so? In this question, what they are asking, that the solution of the same acid with different concentration will give different colors. Definitely it will happen. Different concentration means what? If we take dilute HCl and if we take concentrated HCl, now both are same acid only. One is in dilute form, one solution is in concentrated form. Dilute HCl will have less concentration of hydrogen ions. So in that case, it will show a different color in the universal indicator because it is having less acid in it. Dilute HCl having more water, that solution is having more water and less acid. So that will show different color as compared to the concentrated solution. Concentrated is having more amount of acid. So that is why the difference will come. The answer you can read upon here. Next, now question number 18. A solution has the pH of 7. Explain how you can increase the pH, decrease the pH. That already we have seen in an earlier question only. pH can be increased by what? By adding a basic solution, or we can write adding an alkali. Next, decreasing what? But for decreasing the pH, we have to add any acid. So that is for the A part answer. Second, now if the solution changes the color of litmus from red to blue, red litmus changes to blue, then what about the pH? So red litmus changes to blue in what cases? It changes in case of the pH for bases only. If the pH value is more than 7, then only red litmus paper will change into blue color. Next, now C part. What can you say about the pH of the solution that liberates carbon dioxide and forms sodium carbonate? So if any substance liberates carbon dioxide, that means what? It is an acid that we have seen in the reactions of carbonates. So that we can say it is having the pH less than 7. Question number 19 now. That is the last question. Question is, I am reading. Solution P has the pH 17, Q has the pH 6, R has the pH 2. All three solutions pH is given. Now which one will liberate ammonia from ammonium sulfate on heating? So the A part, they are asking liberate ammonia. That is actually a chemical property of bases. Bases liberate ammonia when they react with ammonium salt. So ammonium sulfate is what? It is NH4 SO4 hold twice. That is an ammonium salt. And when it is reacting with an alkali, or we can say it is reacting with any base, then what will it produce? It will give us three things will form there. That is, one salt will come, one water molecule will form, and another thing, that is ammonia gas, that is NH3 will produce. So ammonia is produced when ammonium salt react with base in this reaction you have seen. So the answer for this, out of these three which is given here, the solution P they have given. So out of these three, pH 13 is base. So our answer is solution P will liberate ammonia in this reaction. Second one, they are asking B part is a strong acid. Out of these three, strong acid should be having value closer to 0. This value 2 is coming for solution R. It is having pH 2. So that is why it is having very less pH. That is why it is a strong acid. The last one, they are asking about the molecules, the substance which is containing molecule as well as ion. So we generally they are asking a less ionic substance that can be a weak acid. Weak acid means having pH close to 7. So solution Q having pH 6 is a weak acid. That is why it can have molecules as well as ions. So we can answer here solution Q. So all these answers we have done. The question number 20 is for you to solve. Try it out and try to find the answers. So all these answers we have discussed here of the exercise 3A. In the upcoming video, we will be discussing the remaining topics pertaining to salts and their preparation. That's all for this video. Thank you.